in this rumpisode. As we've been talking about for the last few days, we don't think Bitcoin has bottomed just yet. However, in the very short term, is there a bullish pattern shaping up here with some bullish divergences confirming this? And what would the breakout target to the upside be in the very short term? Muy bueno, guys, and we just had our weekly close yesterday. What does it mean for Bitcoin's price, and what do we anticipate is going to be happening with Bitcoin's price over the course of this week, as we are clearly at an absolutely critical level? And you can see on this Fibonacci retracement as well, guys, this is some big news. Let's get juicing. Welcome back, my pumpers, dumpers, and lovely lady lumpers. Guys, we have a lot to delve into in this webisode, as Bitcoin is at a very key critical level. We just got a weekly close less than 24 hours ago, and this is going to be huge for Bitcoin's price action over this week. This is going to be an absolutely decisive week. Now, as we've been saying for the last few days, actually starting about a month ago, our pullback target still is intact. Okay, we have not hit it just yet. So naturally, what that means is I still definitely think there is some more downside coming, right? We have not had any significant reversal indicators just yet, but there's something very interesting we want to look at on these smaller time frames, as we're getting some very interesting divergences that we talked about yesterday, but have actually been reconfirmed today as the trend lines on both of these divergences, on both of these time frames, hit perfectly where this trend line was. So what does that mean for the short term? We're going to be jumping and diving and delving right on into that, guys. Moist City, guys, so huge. We're actually going to be picking the winner for the ledger, as the winner from yesterday never contacted me. So we're going to be picking a new winner at the end of this webisode. But guys, also huge. So starting today, 20% off all ledgers, whether you want a Ledger Nano X or an S. Use the link below, you get 20% off. And guys, as well, 20% off trading fees actually with the Bybit link below. Only select affiliates actually get this trading fee reduction. So guys, if you sign up with the link below, you help the channel and you get 20% off trading fees. And there are some crazy bonuses with that link as well. So without any further ado, let's dive in. Guys, huge. So we're going to be talking in the very short term what we expect to happen, but let's actually take a look at this first. So still, as we talked about 3 days ago, this RSI is actually looking to almost bottom out or curve up around this very critical 53, 54 on the RSI of this weekly chart, all right? So this is huge on the weekly. This dictated the entire bull market for 2 entire years, actually about a little over 2 years, but from the end of 2015 to the very beginning of 2018, we were only above this 53 on the RSI on the weekly, okay? And that is right now where we're testing to find support to see if we're actually going to get a reversal like we did back here. Now, keep in mind, we could still go lower with Bitcoin's price and it wouldn't affect this weekly RSI too much, okay? Especially if we get a wick down to these key areas that we've been talking about, guys. I am still sticking to it. The 85, 8600 is still an amazing pullback area that I'm watching very closely. Ultimately, though, getting a weekly close above the 21 week is what we want to do. We're currently like right above that. It's around 9800, okay? So getting a weekly close as long as it's above about 98, about 9840, then in my opinion, that is pitch perfect. But so far, we've actually gotten 2 wicks on this weekly right at this key level. The 21-week average, 21-week moving average is the key decisive momentum indicator for Bitcoin to be entering and staying in a bull market, in my opinion. But guys, let's actually switch to these shorter time frames. So we talked about this bullish divergence yesterday, and we've actually just gotten another confirmation. Okay, if we look on this, this is where we got this other confirmation over the last few hours, finding support and bouncing right on this trend line. Okay, so we have the RSI ascending, and we have this price action still descending here, guys. You can see that here. Now, also what's interesting is this is all happening right above this gap, okay? And still, I still think for other reasons as well that we're actually going to go below this gap in the very, over the next week. But in the immediate short term, I want to draw your attention to this. So we have that divergence on the 4 hour, and we have the same exact divergence on the 1 hour. We got that same confirmation here just a few hours ago. You can see that right here, getting the bounce there on this trend line. But also what's very interesting here is we actually have a falling wedge type pattern. So obviously these lows have been descending, but as well the highs have been descending. And this is a falling wedge, it looks like, on this 1 hour chart. Now, if this played out exactly how a falling wedge would play out most of the time, we would probably just get a breakout to the upside right around to that like 10.5K level, okay? And most likely, if we did get a move up to there, I think we would get rejected around that area. Because again, guys, I don't think this move is over. This is not a significant reversal indicator. If you're looking at this 1 hour chart, we can actually just switch it to the daily and you can see how ridiculous that would look. Okay, this is what it looks like on the daily. So it looks like nothing, right? It looks disgusting. Does not look like a very clear pattern at all. Again, which is why it's a very small short-term pattern, which does not have a lot of juice. If this even hits our target to the upside, it's not going to really change too much, right? These are on very small time frames. But ultimately, if we came back up to this 10.5, I 100% expect that we would not break this and then continue heading up back to 12.5, guys. I don't think that's the trajectory we're heading in the short term. I still definitely think we can go lower. And as well, this green line is the retest of this 2.5-year symmetrical triangle, very zoomed in, but again, it's below 9,000, okay? So again, I'm still eyeing up that like 86, 87 area as a very nice pullback target for Bitcoin over the next week. But in the short term, I still think it is very likely that we could see a little bit of a pump to the upside, okay? It's not going to dictate too much for Bitcoin's price action. It'll be irrelevant by tomorrow, most likely, but ultimately, that's something we're going to watch out for. And as well, on this monthly chart, we are still holding above this very key 786 with the monthly retracement here for Bitcoin. Again, I do anticipate that we're actually going to dip below this over the next week. Okay, I think we're actually going to come down below this again until we see a significant reversal indicator, which we'll be talking about in these webisodes if that happens very soon. I think the best reversal indicator would actually be coming down to some of these key levels, especially on this chart, coming back into this box, and most importantly, guys, just filling the gap. Let's just fill the gap. I think that would just clear a lot off of people's plates, and I think it would make the most sense. Now, in terms of a lot of these altcoins, mainly I want to look at Ethereum. Okay, ultimately, I think Ethereum might dip its toes slightly under 300 at the very lowest. If this pullback does continue, it would be a very small wick, I think, if it did happen, but for the most part, I think Ethereum's going to be remaining above 300 on these 4-hour candles and even probably on the 1 hour, right? I don't think we're going to go below 300 too significantly, even if Bitcoin continues to go and actually push below 9,000 there. Okay, and Tezos has been an absolutely amazing leading indicator for the entire market, going below its 200-day moving average, and right now it's actually finding support where we had targeted here, right around $2.30. Okay, so again, a lot of these altcoins are getting obliterated much more than Bitcoin. Wow, but Chainlink actually is doing pretty good. It's actually above its 50-day moving average currently, above the $12 mark, bounced very strongly on this structural 3-year ascending channel that it has been in, guys. If you take a look at this, going back all the way to the very end of 2017, this structure has been key for Chainlink. It's basically the only macro structure I'm looking at for it. And yeah, we got to bounce right at about $9, which this has at about $9.30. So very strong bounce so far. Chainlink, in my opinion, is going to be one of those coins that as soon as we bottom out for Bitcoin and the entire market, I think Chainlink is going to take off. You guys know that I have majority of my alt position in Chainlink. I believe like 30% of my entire altcoin portfolio is actually Chainlink. Okay, and when I have a few dozen cryptocurrencies, one taking up 30% of the entire portfolio is extremely significant, and it kind of just goes to show how bullish I am on this project specifically, okay? And again, guys, this represents a huge opportunity, even if we have not 100% bottomed out just yet, a huge opportunity to get into some of these alts. If you've been waiting to get in, this represents an amazing opportunity. Again, even if we drop another 10%, are you gonna care too much if we're up a few 100% in a few months from now? Absolutely not. You don't have to catch the exact bottom. Again, that's just my opinion. I think this still represents a very good opportunity there. Not financial advice. However, guys, still, I do think we actually may be seeing a short-term move up for Bitcoin. Ultimately, though, I would prefer if that didn't happen, right? My main focus right now, I would just love to see this gap right under 9,700, I think around like 9,660 to completely fill this gap. I want to see that. But ultimately as well, I still think it would be more healthy for the entire market if we do pull back and wick down below 10,000, maybe even, to that $9,000 level at the very lowest, like 8,600, finding support on that 50-day moving average. But ultimately, this weekly candle is going to tell a lot. This weekly candle this week, the one we just started, right, we're 1 day into, this one is going to tell a lot for the momentum of Bitcoin. I don't think this is going to be like a spinning top candle. I don't think this is going to be an indecision candle. I think this one is going to swing wildly in a direction, and it will dictate the price of the cryptocurrency market for the next few weeks. Huge, guys. So let's actually pick the winner for this ledger. And as well, guys, if we can hit, let's make it easy. Let's do 1,000 likes. Then we'll be giving away the second one in the next webisode. I got to order some more of these. Looks like the winner is Shiv Bajpal. What's up? I'm from Future. Bitcoin is 1 million now. You heard it here, folks. It looks like we are all going to be swimming in some jacuzzis and sipping our marmalade. Absolutely huge, guys. Cannot wait for the future. And as well, make sure to take advantage. 20% off all Ledger products on their website, and as well 20% off trading fees with my Bybit link specifically. If you want to enter trading, again, it supports the channel, and it's only if you have experience trading, guys. Leverage trading is naturally risky because you're leveraging yourself.